Welcome back to the LusoCAD for Beginners course by Structural Academy. In this chapter we will explain how we can move along our drawings in the model view. We will explain the basic functions of zoom and pan, so you can navigate your project easily. Here we have an example project. The contents are not relevant to the lesson but rather help us illustrate the movement in LusoCAD. First, to zoom in the project we use the center wheel in our mouse, which helps us quickly zoom in or out in the drawing. If we want a pan, meaning going from left to right or top to bottom, we press down on the center wheel of our mouse and move it. Now, there are other more precise ways to zoom, so let's activate the zoom command by writing the letter Z in the command line. When we activate the command, we can see in the dynamic input that we are prompted to specify the corners of a window or enter a scale factor. Instead of doing this, let's rather pay attention to the prompt in the command line, just below. We can see a list of subcommands: all, center, dynamic, extents, previous, scale, window, and object. These are all types of zoom we can use, and we can choose one by typing the capitalized letter or the full word in the command line, so let's choose window. Now we are asked to specify the first corner of the window. After that, we choose the opposite corner. This means that whatever is inside the window will be zoomed in to our full screen. And we can see that the zoom was correctly applied. Now, let's imagine we don't like this zoom and would rather go back to the previous one. That's what the previous subcommand lets us do. So let's write previous in the command line to go back to the wider zoom. Let's now try the extents subcommand. This one works in a way that automatically zooms out until all drawn objects are displayed in the model view. The all subcommand is similar, but not quite, as when we select all we will encounter a display that includes all drawn objects as well as our 0 by 0 coordinates. In this example, the drawn objects are so far away from the 0 by 0 coordinates that we can barely see them, so for this project, this zoom type is not ideal. Let's now try out the dynamic zoom. Dynamic lets us preview a window with our preferred dimensions and we can place it where we want to zoom in. The object zoom lets us select a specific object or group of objects to zoom in on them. The scale zoom lets us zoom out by scale factors, so we write the scale of the zoom in or zoom out. And finally, the center zoom will let us choose a point. Afterwards, we will input a scale or height, and LusoCAD will apply a zoom centered on our point, and with that height or scale applied. We are now ready to enter the drawing section of our course, so don't stop here and follow along to start drawing geometries in LusoCAD.